And welcome to our first episode of JP Tech Booth. Today we're going to be going over the Fractal Design R4, which is actually my case that I'm using right now. I have another one in the mail, so we'll be doing an unboxing soon. But as of right now, we're going to go over the Fractal R4. We're just going to go over some basics of what it's going to basically be over. So this case is a full tower and is supported by ATX, micro ATX, and mini ATX motherboards. On top of that, it has 7 expansion slots, 2 5¼ inch drive bays, which pop out really easy and nice. It's really easy and convenient to be able to get those slots open. 8 3.5 inch HDD slots. These are for your regular hard drives, you know, the ones that have discs in them and rotate and can get scratched up pretty easy and stuff. And then it has 2 2.5 inch SSD slots. Those are those solid state discs, the ones that are really thin and nice. Those are really good to run your operating system off of, and then you back up to those discs. Those are mounted on the back of the motherboard panel, and you have 2 slots for those. It has 3 module vent plates. Now this is a proprietary panel that Fractal Design has come up with that basically covers the fan filters when you're not using the fans. So you can take that metal plate off, stick some fans up there, and get some really good ventilation. Now, while we're talking about ventilation, the case is modeled around a silent design. Basically, you're not going to be able to hear the fans. For instance, right now, I have my computer on and running. Actually, it's running Diablo in the background. Don't hear a thing. Yep, it's silent. It's built around silence, and it does a really good job about doing that. Now, continuing on with it, it has filtered fans on everything except for the very top. The fan filters are really nice and convenient. They can be removed. They're not the magnetic fan filters that Corsair has incorporated on their other case, and that's one thing that I really miss, and that's actually the new case I'm getting is a Corsair case specifically for those fan filters. There are a total of 7 fan positions throughout this case. There are 2 in the top, 1 on the bottom, which doesn't really get used, 1 in the back, and 2 in the front. In the front, it's really nice. You can fit a nice big radiator in there, and it comes with 1 stock fan. The back also comes with the stock fan. It supports up to a 170mm CPU cooler. That's if you're going to use a traditional fan. If you're going to go with the custom water cooling set, obviously it'll fit anything you want to put in. The ATX power supply slot is 170mm deep with the fan, and you can go up to 270mm deep on your PSU, your power supply, without the bottom fan and stuff. The extra drive cages can come out, as you see here, and if you take those drive cages out, what can happen is you can move your GPU slot from 295mm up to 430mm. That's pretty insane. That's a pretty big GPU you can fit in. Continuing on, it has 26mm of cable management spot behind the motherboard. It's pretty nice, pretty easy. I haven't done some cable management on this computer, but on our next build that we're going to be doing, our very first build, we're going to be stressing cable management and doing a custom water cooled solution in that build. The weight of the case is 12.3 kilograms. It's pretty nice, it's pretty light. It's got a real nice aluminum design with a plastic cage in the front. The height is 464mm tall. It's about average height. The width is a little bit larger. It's 232mm wide. So unless you're trying to fit this in a real cramped, nice, small little space, it'll fit just fine about anywhere you want to put it. And continuing on, 523mm for the depth. Again, it's about average for your normal case size. The I/O on the front, the top, only problem that I have with it is because I have cats. I continually turn off my computer because all the I/O is on the top of the computer. It has 2 USB 3.0, 2 USB 2.0, and audio in and out. Power button with LED, a reset button, and a fan controller if you open that front door. Now for cooling, as I've stated before, the front has a 120 or 140mm fan installed. The rear has the same 120 or 100mm fan. The top can support 2 120 or 140mm fan, and the bottom can support 1 120 or 140mm fan. There's also a side-mounted slot if you do not have the windowed version that can fit another 120 140mm fan. Thank you for looking at our Design R4 tech review. I'm looking forward to see you guys next week.